All right, so today's question of the day, it's actually from a lot of people that are asking me, hey, which rate gets promoted the fastest? Which rate is the best rate, or which rates, get paid the most? Guys, the all advice that I give to you is the same as I would give to myself if I could go back in time, or if I had, let's say, an 18-year-old son, I would give to my 18-year-old son. Pretend with me, okay? I don't have a son. So, in my honest advice and opinion, okay, it doesn't matter. None of that matters, okay? The reason is, okay, the advice that I would give to myself is, what is your end game goal? What do you want to accomplish 10, 20, 30 years from now? What's your ideal lifestyle? What's your ideal business or profession or job, right? For example, let's say you want to own a restaurant and cook food and serve people food, right? Whether it's in a buffet or in a high-end restaurant, whatever the case may be, you want to own a restaurant to serve people food. And you're listening to your friends who are saying, hey, be in the nuclear program, right? They get paid the most, they get promoted the fastest, and they're the best rates, right? Nukes, they're the best rates. It's the most difficult job. You're working with nuclear stuff. So you're listening to your friends and you say, I guess you're right, so I'm going to be in the nuke program. Now, I'm not knocking nukes or any of these other rates. Okay, they're all important. Some are more difficult than others, yes, okay? But I would suggest to you, and myself and my future son, if he decides to join the Navy, is if you want to own a restaurant 10 years from now, why don't you look into being a culinary specialist, right? You get to cook food, sometimes for officers, sometimes for chiefs, or sometimes for a lot of people, like 3,000 people enlisted E1 to E6, right? Depending on what type of restaurant you want to own, you can develop the skills now. Instead of being in the nuclear program, you become a nuke for 6 years, and within those 6 years, you don't really develop the skills of cooking, you don't really develop the skills of serving people, and then in the big picture scheme, you kind of wasted that time by not being able to develop that skill, right? Because you just listen to your friends of saying, hey, they're the best, they get promoted the fastest, and they get paid the most, right? Now, if you're saying to me, Yoon, I picked this rate, even though it deviates from my ultimate goal, because it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, right? Working in the nuclear program, or working with aircraft parts, or even the Army, being in tanks or shooting guns, it's definitely a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I understand that if that is what you want to do, right? Definitely, I would do that if I had the chance to, be in a submarine, even though it's not really my ultimate goal. That would be a pretty unique experience, right? And I'm all about it. I'm all about unique experiences. But what I am saying is, if you are picking rates solely because of they get paid the most, they get promoted the fastest, or they're the quote-unquote best rates, as people always like to boast about each and every single rate, honestly, all rates are important. Okay, like I said, some do much more difficult work than others, but at the end, all rates are important. Okay, so make sure whatever rate you pick, okay, whatever job you pick in the military, it aligns with your future goal. Whenever you plan to get out of the Navy for 5, 6, 20 years, 10 years, whatever, make sure it aligns with your future goal. All right. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great Navy day.